So here goes some random thoughts. Um, I know myself pretty good, man. I is about as well as anybody can know themselves. Very self-aware, so I say, right? Dr. Carl Jung says, it's almost impossible to be honest with yourself. So I know I'm very capable of fooling or deceiving my own self and tricking myself and falling for my own story, right? But I had some realizations before I came out here, and one of those was that I already know this. I already know this, but I tend to isolate and not really build intimate relationships. And when I mean intimate, I mean friendships and everything, like not just you know um, romantic. So. I'm what I label myself, even though I don't like labels, like an introverted extrovert, right? Like, I'm very gregarious or outgoing on from all seeming perspectives. I can walk into a room, make friends with anybody, but I'm very much well reserved as well, and keep people at a distance, and you know, and that's okay. I've learned to accept myself the way I am, and don't try to force anything. There's a reason for everything under the sun, but part of the journey was coming out here was for me to experience it all, and not just the trail and everything else. I say things like I'm very comfortable being uncomfortable, and I'm not a hiker, and I don't like, the struggle of hiking, but I'm okay with it, right? I don't dislike it either. I don't like it's. I don't like. I'm not comfortable in the cold, but I'm not uncomfortable in the cold either. So it's okay, right? But so it's like I say things like I'm okay being uncomfortable, but am I? Because what does make me uncomfortable? Obviously, not being vulnerable. I could be vulnerable and open, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm not uncomfortable with it. I don't have a problem telling my, deepest, darkest secrets to a camera in front of a room of people or spread all over the world. So I'm okay being vulnerable. Like, why am I uncomfortable in certain settings, right? Like, what does make me uncomfortable? And maybe that's the whole quest, right? It's like I'm okay to be intimate about personal details of my life and traumas and supposed mistakes, or what other people would perceive as like weaknesses. I don't have a problem addressing those. Or so what is it that still keeps me at an arm's distance from people? We're reserved, right? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it is. Am I comfortable being by myself because I'm supposed to be by myself, or am I comfortable, or am I uncomfortable being in groups? And that's why I'm by myself. I really don't know, but I don't feel like I'm uncomfortable in groups. I don't like what happens to me in groups. I don't like the competitive nature that comes out, the need for attention, the look at me, the showboat. I don't like that guy anymore. So I tend to stay back from those groups. But is that just the same jam I've always been doing? Like, just another excuse for keeping myself at arm's distance, man? Like before it was like, I don't need to be around people. I'm a tough guy. And now it's like, I don't need to be around people because I'm spiritual and I'm God reliant. And, it's the same jam, man. Um, and I don't know if there's an answer, you know. But I get around out here on the trail, and I'm hiking alone would be number one, because I'm a little bit slower than most people. Number two, I have a cough. I have norovirus is going right. There's always an excuse, right? There's always an excuse to fall back into your comfort zone. So conquering 2,200 miles, I don't know if I can do it, but I have a pretty good history, says I can do that, right? I can put my head down and muscle through, and you can beat my body mercifully, but you can't mess with me inside, right? Like, I can muscle through, I can figure it out. Can I figure out, like, personal relationships? Can I figure out that uncomfortability, right? And I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. I like myself pretty good, but, we are all human, right? It's just superficial conversations. The things that I used to thrive on, it's not there anymore, man. It's hard to play the game or play the role. I say I play the role, right, with intention, but sometimes it's hard to play that role. But I'm having trouble getting videos out, so I thought I'd shorten one up and make this one, and I'm going to go back and try to not be the outsider in this group at Plum Orchid Shelter, close to the North Carolina line. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate Early Riser 71 and his supporters, and try to vlog daily, but I'm having a little bit of trouble getting stuff out right now. Hopefully be in Franklin in a couple of days and readdress. All right. It's cold, it's wet, it's rainy, and I'm alone. Peace.